man, the worst that can happen, happened. My name is Werner Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. And don't worry, it isn't serious family things or really serious things, but I mentioned yesterday that I'm running or helping produce a virtual event. And today, 45 minutes before the virtual event, as I was rendering out some last video clips, because we have like rollovers and these things, and we were really pushing the limit, like last minute, getting these things done and sorted out. And 45 minutes before showtime, my MacBook Pro decided to crash. And it was a dramatic crash. It's still not switched on. It's now 2 hours later. I haven't been able to join the event. Luckily, I have a spare MacBook, so I've kind of been thrown out of the event, not by the organizers. They've been gracious. But I kind of took one of my spare MacBooks. I have an old MacBook here, fired it up, got some software on it, got to render out some videos to send them some material that they can use it. Stressful. And in between trying to sort out the new MacBook, which is still not working. It's idling away there. Something's drastically wrong there. I don't know what's going on. And so got some material off to my client. And but in essence, let's be honest, I screwed up this project. Now, I don't feel great about it. What can I do? Because it was a move in a direction that I found interesting. And now I need to think about what I've learned from this situation. So many learnings. First of all, if you're going to do this virtual thing, you're probably going to have a backup piece of hardware, something that you can fall back on. Okay, that's number one. So Mr. Backyard Mechanic here can't do that. He's going to have some kind of backup. I could have had a backup. I have this old Mac. I just didn't have it ready to kick in. Go figure. Lesson learned over there. So that is the one thing. And also planning, like perhaps not getting too bogged down in things that are so last minute. But then again, that was exciting. So that wasn't really a negative. So I do feel bad. I really, really do feel bad. But then this is Finding Frequency, about finding extraordinary in the ordinary. So there's a couple of things that I was thinking. So the first thing I was thinking as I was sitting there, and I was really stressing out. Trust me, it was not a good moment for me. I was running up and down here trying to figure out what to do. I even had the laptop on the balcony here at some stage to cool down. It was like overheating. And I said, this is like hands down probably the worst day of my year, because I'm really focused on the work that I'm doing for my clients. But then for like a split second, I thought to myself, like, Werner, if this is the worst day of your year, what a fucking awesome year you've had. And I tip my hat to that. My family is healthy. I've got the awesome little boy. And funny enough, as I was going through this, I popped a message off to my wife, and she's like willing to help, but she can't do much about it. And I was thinking like, okay, cool, I need to work through this. And after all, I'm going to get to spend some time with Francie tomorrow. We can hang out. So that was kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel. Then there's a few other things that I also find extraordinary. My client. Now, in all fairness, I haven't delivered. That's the bottom line. This is where my business stops and ends. I have not delivered on the promise I made to them from a business perspective. And we'll discuss what that means. Kind of know what that means. But on a friendship perspective, I'm super grateful for them like inviting me back. I'm going to jump in the session now as a participant just to hang out and get a little bit of the vibe. And yeah, they've been reaching out to me, finding out what's going on. I've tried to get hold of them on the phone, and they've been like super supportive and understanding about this. I feel bad because I've let them down. And then my old friend, Jonathan, I haven't managed to get him on the podcast because he's a super shy guy with his French accent. But in the stress of what's going on, I just felt like I had to speak to someone, like share my frustrations and perhaps get some input. And you need a mate. And it's sometimes a bit lonely here in Poland, and especially now we're in a pandemic. Who do I reach out to in that moment? And there's old Jonathan. So we spent about 45 minutes trying different things, and just talking shit while I'm trying to figure out what's going on and get some files off to the client. Man, what a supportive guy. What a supportive friend. And that's what friends need, what friends in need mean. And he helped here and there, but I think the greatest help was just being there in that moment. And I think that is important for us to remember, and perhaps for you to think about. And damn it, I need to think about this, is where can I play that role for someone else? Because sometimes we think we need to do something for someone. It's not always true. Sometimes you just have to be. You don't have to do. So let me go and finish my tea, because the other disaster that happened today is the fact that my coffee ran out. I had the weakest coffee this morning because I had 2 spoons of coffee left. And in this pandemic, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get coffee tomorrow. First world problems, right? So let us all reflect. And I'm not lying. This is the damn truth that I'm telling you. And also, in the back of my mind, don't forget that this is Friday the 13th. And, I'm not superstitious. Thanks for listening.